So I think it was my junior year. It was the first kind of college camp I had ever attended. And being from Louisiana, I always kind of wanted to go to LSU. And I grew up watching them as a little kid. And, I thought Coach Miles was an amazing coach. And I got to win him, got to watch him win a national championship. But kind of closer to my senior year, I had won the camp that year, and I was getting a lot of traction as kind of one of the top long snappers in the country in high school. And I got a call one day from the special teams coach over there, and he was like, "Hey, Coach Miles would like you to come have a sit-down conversation, just kind of talking about possibly coming and see us." And I had taken maybe like one or two trips to go and see him. I only lived about 35, 40 minutes away from Baton Rouge, so it was an easy travel. But it really came – he really kind of hit it hard, and him and the special teams coach at the time, Pivoto, they recruited me pretty heavily. But it was right after I actually committed to Kansas. He had one more conversation with me. He called me and he was like, "Hey, I want you to come talk to me one more time to see if I can't get you to still come here." And, it was a call from him, which I wasn't expecting. But I went and sat in his office, and me and my dad talked to him for, I would say, about an hour, hour and a half, just, talking. Honestly, we were just kind of talking about everything. He was relating to me. He was being what a coach should be. He was very personable, and I'll never forget it. It was probably, we were probably talking to him at 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. And, he respected my decision, and he wished me the best of luck. And that had been the last time I saw him. So.
And then I guess within that conversation, did you find it a difficult decision to say no at that point?
Yeah, it was difficult for me to say no because, like I said, I grew up watching LSU, but I knew ultimately I felt at home here at KU, and I felt like I definitely had a spot immediately when I came on campus. I was able to play my freshman and sophomore year, and I feel like it was going to be a little more difficult to play there, especially since they had a snapper who was already on scholarship but was only a year older than me. So I was definitely going to have to go in knowing I was going to compete. And I think I would have competed, and it would have been a close race. But coming here, Lawrence was just everything that I wanted. So.
And then you were named to the Patrick Mannelly preseason watch list. I guess what does something like that mean for you going into the season?
Something like that. I think there were only 20 guys on that list, the watch list, and being one of them, it's just an honor because there's so many guys that I've kind of kept an eye on and competed and kind of just tracked myself through the year with them. And there's some of my friends on there, and it's a huge honor, especially to be, it's one of the only Big 12 guys this year represented on that list. It was kind of a big deal for me. So, but I wouldn't be in that place without the help of a lot of people in my life. So it was just kind of awesome to see my name and get the notoriety that I just was kind of seeking.
And then I know you seem pretty sure about some of the, I guess, staples in your life, but LSU won a national championship this past season. Is there ever any second guessing about the decision or about your career here?
No, honestly, I wouldn't change a thing with where I'm at right now. KU has given me so much, and I'm going into my fifth year, and I'm working on my master's here, and I know LSU won a national championship, but that doesn't mean that KU and myself haven't poured into each other enough. And it really is what I put into this program is what I got out of it. And I've gotten a lot out of this program, even through the coaches. And I've had so many people pour into my life that have had a huge impact. So.
What's the master's in?
Sport management.
Hey, what did Les say to you when he took over at KU? I mean, it had been a few years since you kind of turned him down. What did he have any conversation with you about that?
Well, it's kind of a funny story. When he first showed up, maybe he hadn't read through the roster completely or anything, but I'll never forget. This is kind of a side story, but he was narrating or casting one of our games at TCU, I think in 2017, and I was actually snapping during that game. And after the game, he walked out behind. We're getting on the buses, and all the commentators and press are coming out, and he recognized my dad. So it was crazy. After like 3 years or 2 or 3 years, he had still recognized him. And when he got here, he let me know that it was important. It was important not only that I was here, but he kind of made it known that I had a lot of value, and he let me know that in high school. So I'm a very specialized position, and he told me that it is just crazy that he recruited me a little bit, and now I'm here, and he's here with me. So he kind of came to me. I didn't really have to go to him too much.
You said you talked to him a long time, I guess, in that kind of last pitch. I'm just curious, I guess, being recruited by Les Miles, playing for Les Miles, I know obviously a difference of years too. Any differences in the Les Miles you saw then, the Les Miles you see now?
Honestly, absolutely not. He hasn't really changed one bit since I met him. I mean, he was just as genuine as he is now. And I mean, when I was able to go and talk to guys that he had coached previously, I mean, we've all had the same conversations. I mean, he is a great coach to be coached by, and there's nothing that I would change about it, and there's nothing that he's changed. So he's been genuine through and through.